Today on Stamp TV, I'm going to show you a fun card sketch featuring the Hello Sunshine Stamp TV stamps, the Poppy Prints pattern paper pack, and a new silhouette cut file that I designed. And from now until the end of July 2012, you can get this cut file for free on the freebies page at stamptv.com. If you don't have the silhouette cameo, you can substitute with your favorite punches or dies to create a similar card sketch in this pretty color combination. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this card. First, you're going to need some stamps. And I'm using the tall flowers, one of the tall flower images from the Hello Sunshine Stamp TV stamp set. Then I'm using two greetings from the new One Free with Three, which is assorted greetings. I'm using the outside thank you greeting and then a thank you greeting for the inside. You're going to need some ink pads, and I'm using the Memento London Fog and Tuxedo Black. You're also going to need some cardstock, and I'm using some of the Gina Designs white cardstock and the red hot cardstock, red hot, and also some of the Moonlit Fog cardstock. I'm also using a couple pattern papers from the Poppy Prints collection. That's our 6x6 collection. And then I have some adhesive, I have some scissors, and I have some liquid pearls. Now I'm going to cut some tags from the silhouette, and I designed these tags. There's actually going to be two tag files that you can download. One is the large layered tags and one is the small layered tags. Now the large layered tags are an outline that goes behind the small layered tags. Let me show you what the large ones look like. These are the large layered tags right here. I've cut these out using the red hot cardstock. And while I'm starting my card project, I've got this all queued up on my computer here, and I'm just going to cut the white part of the tags, which is the small layered tags, on the silhouette while we're working. Okay, so in the meantime, let's get started by stamping some flowers. Here I have a white panel of Gina Designs 80-pound layering weight cardstock and the tall flower image. And I'm going to use some of the London Fog Memento ink. Now I know it may seem peculiar to stamp flowers in gray ink, but when you see how pretty this looks with the Poppy Prints pattern paper pack, you'll see why I chose this color. So I'm going to stamp that onto this panel. Like that, and then I'm going to layer it with some of the red hot cardstock. I'm going to use some mono adhesive for that. And put that together. Now, as you heard, the cameo stopped, so that means that those tags are all cut out, and I actually cut two of them. You only have to cut the ones that you want, but I cut two because I want to show you how nicely both of them work with the Assorted Greetings stamp set. So let me unload that and pull that out of the machine, and I want to show you what this looks like. So here is the first tag. This is the small one, and here is the larger one. And these little dots just pop right out. There we go. Okay. So now these two tags, I want to show you how they work with the large ones that I already cut. Here are the two large ones that I cut in red. This tag is going to layer on top of the large one. Isn't that pretty? Oops, it stuck to me. Here we go. Let's try that again. Isn't that a neat look? And this tag will layer onto this one, like that. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to stamp on these. I'm going to grab some of that black Memento ink and the thank you greeting from the Assorted Greetings stamp set. And all of the small greetings from the Assorted Greetings set will work with the smaller tag, and the longer greetings will work with this longer tag. So I'm going to stamp that thank you right there. So now I have that. And I also want to show you how nicely this one fits. This is the thinking of you greeting. Stamp that right in there. See how nice that fits? Now you can see how pretty, when they're layered together, that cut file works. Now you'll notice that there are little circles on either side. That is the perfect size circle for a brad. You can just punch through that circle with your paper piercing tool, or if you have the Tim Holtz craft pick, just pop that hole right through the red and you can put your brads in there, and it's not too big so the brads won't slip through like some of the other tags that are out there. The holes are a little bit big for brads. But if you wanted to put an eyelet in there instead, all you have to do is get a handheld punch and just punch right over that circle, and that will make it a little bit bigger so an eyelet can fit in there. You can also accent these with pearls or rhinestones or any other type of embellishment that you may have, or you can do what I'm going to do. I'm going to embellish it with liquid pearls, which I'll show you in just a minute. But first, let's complete this tag. So I'm going to use some of the mono adhesive, and I'm going to tape this tag onto the larger tag. Make sure I line that up well. A little bit difficult to do when you're sitting down. I think all layering is easier to do when you're standing up, when you get more of a bird's eye view and you don't have to try to hold it at the same time. So there we go. Isn't that nice together? Now, one of the things that I love about these tags, I designed these open spaces in there to let through whatever's coming in behind. But when you're working with pattern papers, sometimes it's nice to have a different pattern coming through. So here's one of the patterns from the Poppy Prints pattern paper pack. And all you have to do is lay that tag on top and grab a pair of scissors. And you can just cut right around. You don't have to cut fancy or fussy. Just cut so that you don't see anything sticking out. And you can tape that right down onto the back of the red part of your tag. So I'm just going to add a little bit of tape there and stick that down so that nothing is showing on the other side. Let's take a look. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now I have my floral image. And what I've done here is I have taken one of the complementary pattern papers from the Poppy Prints pattern paper pack, and I've matted that onto a piece of red hot cardstock. And this whole panel is going to go on top of a London Fog card base. And let me tape that down. There we go. So I'm going to pull this piece of London Fog out from underneath so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. And now I'm going to layer these two together. I'm going to do that by positioning this panel toward the top, and then this is going to lay right over it on the bottom, like that. So let's put the top panel down first. And then we'll put that bottom one right on top. There we go. Now I'd like to embellish it a little bit, and this is where my liquid pearls is going to come in. So you might want to take a little piece of scratch paper and just start your liquid pearls. Sometimes it can get a little clogged on the tip, and you really don't want to ruin your project by having it kind of squirt out weird. So just get rid of any little crusty stuff that might be on the tip. And now I'm going to accent the insides of my flowers. Now when you use liquid pearls, you don't want to use it on an angle. You want to use it straight up and down because that's going to give you the roundest pearl. If you use it on an angle and you pull, you're going to create a little bit more of an oval. So I'm going to put one pearl in the center of that flower, one in the center of this flower, and one in the center of this flower. Now I'm going to add one pearl right into the hole there on my tag and another pearl into this hole. There we go. That one I made just a little bit oval. Let's see if I can scoot that using my scissors. Just a little bit. It's not too bad. So there is my finished card project. I'll zoom in so you can see it just a little bit tighter. If you have the Silhouette Cameo, you can resize these cut files to fit any size greeting. And if you don't have the Cameo, but you're thinking of getting one soon, make sure you download these free cut files while they're still available and save them to your computer to use later when you decide to get your machine.